Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of WTF Talks, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday Talks. One of those days each week, I'll be posting a new video about a different topic. This week, I'll be talking about comparison. So, why do we compare? I personally think we compare so then we can see where we are at with our success, where we are at with whatever we're doing, and see how what we have achieved. However, comparing always has a negative connotation behind it. When you're comparing, someone has to lose. It's never a win win situation because you always think one person is better than the other. It's either you that you're better and you get a tiny ego boost, but at the end of the day, that means the other person isn't as great, and you're like, oh, I wonder what they're doing that's not as good as I am. Or the other person is doing great and you're the one that's not. And now you're a little down and say, why am I doing so poorly? And throw yourself a pity party. It's never a win-win situation. So why do it? All the energy that you're spending is actually a negative energy when you compare. When you started off whatever that you're doing, when you're starting off this project, it's a positive feeling. You're excited. You are proud of what you're doing. And then up until this point, everything was good. And then you compare. And then you're bringing negative energy in there, even if you're the better one. And we don't ever want to bring negative energy into into your life. So how do you overcome that? How do you stop comparing yourself to others? Well, you can try to motivate yourself with other people's success. If you can't help um, but to compare, it's just within you. Just I just have to compare just to see where I am. Well, then you have to figure a way to make that a motivation. When you see somebody else succeed, don't think poorly on yourself. Just use that as your inspiration, as your goal, and then use whatever you have within you and do whatever you can and get yourself there. But if you can't motivate yourself, then I suggest you to ask them and be curious and go up to them and say, hey, what are you doing to get to where you're at right now? What is your secret sauce? And when they tell you about it, you might actually not want to do what they do, you know? Because let's use myself as an example. If I were to compare myself to my peer, where we started out the coaching journey together, and I see that she is kicking ass, client left, right, and center, and perhaps already have clients that are on a waiting list because she has too many. Well, I want to be just like her. I only have a handful. I'm going to go ask her what her secret sauce is. Hey, what do you do? That person may come back to me and say, oh, I work 7 days a week, 18 hours a day, and I hustle, hustle, hustle. That is all I do. Well, then, now that I know what her secret sauce is, I kind of don't want it. I want what she has, as in, I want to have clients out of my ass, but I don't want to be working 7 days a week, 18 hours a day. So now that I see that, I don't want to compare myself to her because I would never do what she does. I should just look at myself and see what I want to do, however best I want to do it, and go with that choice and see how it goes. And I need to change my definition of success because I might think having a handful of people is not enough. But at the end of the day, I have a social life. I have family time. I have me time. And I have my handful of clients. Meanwhile, the other person has no social life, no sleep, no family time, no me time. All she does is work. So when you think about it this way, who is more successful? I personally think I have a more balanced life, and that to me is success. For this other person, maybe that's her success. Or maybe she's looking at me and say, wow, Fiona has a really balanced life. That's what I want, right? It's never a good idea to compare yourself to others because you don't know what the other person does. You don't know what they sacrifice. You don't know what they're going through. You both have different values. You both have different definitions of success. So spend all the energy that you have on yourself instead of looking outwards and spending your energy on someone else. Because you are the only thing standing in your own way to success. So I'm curious, what are your thoughts on success and comparison? What are your experiences with comparison? I would like to know. Send me a message. Until next time, ciao.